fellow colleagues, I'm called Kraus Okumodiambo, the Secretary to the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, Kisumu branch, and also the spokesperson to the caucus of the Union leadership of Kisumu County. Gathered here are the Kenya National Union of Nurses, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, the Kenya Union of Laboratory Technologists, the Kenya Union of Pharmaceutical Technologists, the Civil Servant Union, the County Workers Union for Kisumu County, and the Kenya Union of Public Health Officers. We are here to say that, number one, we did a strike notice to Kisumu County on the 30th of September, after which we had some engagement with them. Then we suspended our strike. The county government of Kisumu never honored the strike, never honored their end of the bargain, of which we began our strike officially on 23rd of October 2024, where we also allowed the emergency services to be rendered for the residents of Kisumu County. With all this, Kisumu County has still not ended their part of bargain, of which we demanded the salary pay that they only gave for 1 month, that is the month of August. We are here to say that we have not been paid for the salary of September, and October is also coming to an end, and we've not received the salaries of October. We therefore demand that for us to go back to work, Kisumu County must pay us the two salaries, that is the salary of September and the salary of October. In addition to that, we are also telling Kisumu County that the end of the bargain for promotions has not been met, as they say that within 2 weeks from our strike notice, they were supposed to pay us they were supposed to promote those who had not yet been promoted. They have not reached, or they have not fulfilled that part of the bargain. So we are also saying that that part of the bargain must also be fulfilled. The people who have not been promoted must and should also be promoted. Number 3 is about some of our members, about 35 of them, who have not been paid their salaries to date from January 2021. We are also telling Kisumu County that we need those salaries also to be paid as agreed. And then lastly, we have those people who are employed on contractual basis. We are also telling Kisumu County to see a way on how they can convert these people to permanent and pensionable, in that there is no way they are going to do the same work as their counterparts are doing. Them, they are being paid a consolidated fee of 50,000, and their counterparts are being paid a salary of about 100,000. We are saying that is discrimination, and that is not allowed by law. And so Kisumu County should work on those issues before we decide to go back to work and render services of Kisumu. And we are saying by Friday, if these salaries are not paid in full, then we are going to stop rendering the emergency services that Kisumu County has been rendering to the residents. And we are telling the residents of Kisumu County that come Friday, they should seek for healthcare services in other facilities which are not government facilities, because we are presuming the people who will be in those facilities will, one, be people who want to steal from the patients. Number 2, there will be no qualified people to render those services in the facilities. Anything happen to any of them, the Kisumu County government should be held responsible, but not any healthcare workers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, members of the Fourth Estate. My name is Maurice Opetu. I'm the Deputy General Secretary, Kenya National Union of Nurses. I want to say that it is very unfortunate that even after giving the county government of Kisumu ample time, after our strike notice was served to them, they have not made any good efforts to clear the payment of our salaries. We are talking of salaries that have come 2 months down the line, when our members are subjected to untold suffering. Members have been turned into beggars and paupers. And these are people who have gone to school. They are people who are known to be working and earning. So this is not going down well with us. And as unions, we are here to tell the county that enough is enough. We have given them enough time. And now, as has been stated, I want to declare that come Friday, if the 2 months salary is not paid to Kisumu employees, the health workers of Kisumu shall withdraw all the emergency services which are being given now. And all the hostels, all the facilities will come to close down or to shut down all the services, so that the county administration sees it serious to pay our salaries. We are aware that they have received the disbursement for the month of August, which should be paying our salaries for September and October. And if this money is not well channeled, because we are aware that when they get the disbursement, it is diverted to other services and not directed to emergency services like paying the salaries for workers, and especially the health workers. We want to notify the citizens of Kisumu and other Kenyans that they should be worried when the people giving them the services are not motivated, are demoralized. It means that in health services, where we need a lot of attention and concentration by people providing health services, it means that the quality of healthcare services are compromised, and we might be giving Kenyans low quality of health services because we are demoralized, we are not working in that good spirit, and therefore it affects our performance. So this must be known to the government so that they move very fast to pay our salaries. We also want to state that we know the current situation at the county, where our CFO, the Chief Officer of Finance, has been arrested and jailed, and other officers are being sought for. But we want to say that that should not be a scapegoat. Paying a salary is not an emergency. It is a plan that must be taken into account by the county, and especially when services have been provided. So we are asking for salaries, payment for work done, not work not done, not a tender that is to be delivered. We have delivered our services, and therefore the services must be paid for. So we are saying that the court should also be considerate. The CFO, Mr. Martin, is a critical service officer, is doing critical services that pertains to payment of salaries for workers, payment of services that to be provided to patients, and therefore the court should review the judgment or the ruling and the jail term so that this guy can be released. He comes out and do the critical work he's supposed to do so that salaries are paid and other essential services continue. And if not, he should be allowed to work from the jail so that he performs his duties for the citizens of Kisumu and for the workers. We want also to say that the reason for his jail is not his personal criminal offense. it is an offense by the office. So he's been arrested because he's an office bearer. Some of the pending bills for which he's been arrested were committed when he was not there. And therefore, the court should not subject the people of Kisumu to this suffering. So we are saying as unions that the court should review the jail terms of Mr. Martin and other colleagues who are being cited for jail so that they perform their duties and an agreement can be reached outside the court so that they perform the critical services. I also want to address the national government, the government of the day, on this issue of disbursement of finances to the county governments. It is alarming that Kenyans are not getting services as required by law. Always the services are interrupted. Like in Kisumu right now, the citizens of Kisumu are not getting the services fully. Citizens of Nyamira whose workers are also on strike are not getting services. The other day it was in Kiambu. And Kenyans cannot go ahead like this. It must change. We want to tell the MPs and the senators, and especially the most unuseful ones who are bringing the agendas of extending the presidential term, that they should review their position and bring other motions in the parliament and in the Senate that serves the welfare of Kenyans and workers of Kenya. They should bring a motion to take back human resource management, especially PE, personnel emolument, to the national government to be handled by the Public Service Commission through the mother ministries and especially Ministry of Health, so that our monies, our salaries, our human resource issues can be managed centrally so that Kenyans can get interrupted services, especially on health. A country where services on health and education are compromised is a sick country, is an uncivilized country. And therefore we want to tell the national government that it is time they think and review their position, the position of the law and the constitution on management of human resource for health. It is just too much, and Kenyans cannot go along this way. On strikes day in, day out in different counties. Every Kenyan deserves interrupted high quality health services and other services. We want also to say that that small salary that has been strangled and emaciated by taxes which are alarming should be paid in time, so that we plan ourselves, so that we are not exploited by having bank loan penalties, so that we can feed our children, so that we can take our children to school. We are also taxpayers of this nation, and therefore we should be served well. Therefore, we are telling the national government that that small disbursement to the counties should come timely. We have a gazette notice, not a gazette notice, but SRC circular on the review of salaries for county government workers and the national government workers. The counties have been very reluctant in implementing this salary review circular. We want to call upon the Department of Finance in Kisumu County to very quickly move with speed and implement that circular so that it can cushion us on even the shift share deductions which are at our doors. This is going to demoralize our members further. It is going to demotivate our members further if even approved salaries or reviewed salary which have been approved are not paid to us. So we want to say this circular should be implemented immediately. We want to talk about the promotions. Yes, we want to appreciate that majority of our members were promoted, but we have a group of around 300 who have not got their promotions. This should be done with speed. Otherwise, other areas have been addressed by my colleague, and I want to allow our colleague Boaz to talk on behalf of the Civil Servants Union and County Workers Union. Thank you.
My colleagues at the health sector, my name's Boaz Opio, branch chairperson, Kenya County Government Workers Union, and also acting chairperson, Kenya County Government Workers Union nationally. I want to agree with my fellow union officials, especially from health sector. And all that they have said, I want to agree with, and I may not have much to add on top of what they have said. There are things that are affecting work fraternity within our county of Kisumu. I only want to say that the arrest of our CFO should not interfere with the salary payment, because even at the time when the CFO was arrested, already it took 6 days after the disbursement from National Treasury had already hit the account of our county of Kisumu. What were they doing until this time when the CFO was arrested? 6 days down the line after the disbursement had already hit our account. And to us, we feel there's a play in that when the money comes for paying the salaries, it is used in doing other things to bring some benefit to them, is when workers are considered after already they have made some profit out of the money. We feel so because there's no genuine reason as to why the money is hitting our account and taking over 6 days before it is paid. And because of this, we are saying unanimously as unions within the county government of Kisumu that come Friday, we shall put down our tools and advise our members to come out by themselves for the government to see all the damage they have done to our members. And we are also telling the citizens of Kisumu that be supportive to us, because we cannot serve you when we are hungry. We cannot serve you when we cannot take our children to school. We cannot even meet our financial obligations. And the county government is subjecting us into doing other things that are contrary to our employment by not paying us. And we are saying in a loud voice that come Friday, we are demanding the payment of 2 months. And without this, we are not going to go back to work. Mine ends there.
Okuna ni awachi dhuluo. Mokongo ilongane Vincent Owa, chairperson Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, Kisumu County Branch. Jakom Gidhuluo. Mara Kenya Union of Clinical Officers. kendo an jalup jakom mar kakas mar grubni iluongo ni Kisumu County Health Unions kakas. Weche ma wawacho ka gi kizungu gi kwaloko gi dholuo en ni wasebedo gi chandruok. Ne wan e press ka aparo ni 1 month ago mantiere weche mane wawacho kane waparo ni dhi timgi, to sani koro kendo dwe riwore ka salary pok oyudi for 2 months. Salary ma dwe mar 9 dwe mar 10 mar 10 rumo pok ochul ji. Ung'eyo ni kaka jo health nyocha wagolo jowa oko, but ne wawacho ni essential services nyaka dhi mbele. Comrades power, comrades power, comrades energy. Ne wagolo ji oko, kendo kane wagolo ji oko ne wawacho ni wadwa ni mondo as health department kik wago departments te piny mondo emergency services odhi mbele. To ma ne wawacho as a warning shot mondo mi the employer otitije mar chulo ji msara, mar promoting ji, matimo gik moko te mane wawinjore kodgi. Comrades power. To kata kamano county government ma Kisumu pok otimo kargi, kech watu wasetimo karwa, wasetiyo, members wa osetiyo, members wa osethietho, joma timo collections osetimo, joma timo tije gite osetimo, to koro jachudo tamore chulowa msara ji dweche 2. En wach malit ahinya ma kama wantie ni wakuyo to ok wadhi leng kama wakuyeni. Wawacho ni kochopo Tich Abich, that should be that Tich Abich mabiro ni ma en tarik 1, right? Tarik 1 dwe manyien kapok wayudo our pending salaries for the 2 months, osara mag dwe mar 9 gi dwe mar 10 dhi chunowa. Ok en gima wahero mondo koro walor facilities completely. Teneni koro kata mana services manye dhi mbele matin ka dhi chunowa mondo wakwer jowa mondo koro wuogi oko mondo dhi omanyo sara. Kech wasefwenyo ni Kisumu County ka kok wuok mudho manyo sara kendu to ng'ama miyo wuonge. So dhi chunowa ni nyaka wawuogi ji tete. Iwinjo ka county government union leaders bo wuoyo ka, obed ja solo suru, obed ja ywecho, obed ng'ama tiyo osiptal, wadhi manyo salary wa, osara jotich dhi manyo a prosperity house. Comrades power. Nikech kok wanyal yude, kok nyal kelnwa salaries wa our accounts, then the only option ma wan go en ni nyaka wadhi watimano, wadhi wamanyo sara. Koro ng'e maber ni kochopo Tich Abich kapok ochulo sara, thousands of workers including health workers and non-health workers dhi wuok oko mondo manyo sara. Mano mokwongo. To mar 2 mondo piny ong'e ni Kisumu dagi chulo ji msara to jomoko to chulo. Penjo ni pile, joma chulo gi to golo kure? Tang'o ma mondo watimo benchmarking kaka Kisumu gi other counties mondo wapenj to utime nang'o? Nairobi is a very big county, gisechulo ji msara. Counties madongo osechulo ji, ang'o ma mondo wa kaka jo Kisumu mondo chulwa msara? Ne wan gi meeting aparo ni juma mokalo gi the deputy governor, and nochiwo assurance mowacho ni weche ma chandowa gi idhi losi gi the executive. Ne wang'eyo ni ka meeting no ji nowuoke to wase meet executive, koro weche dhi mabeyo. To chalo mana gima mane mana lip service ne nambaka. Kech samo wuoyo kodi ni ne uru kaka dhowa otuo. Dhowa otuo nikech msara pok wayudo dweche 2 to wakia be ni dhi chule karang'o. Dhowa otuo nikech nitiere jowa ma pok omi promotion manobedo wasebedo gi buche ma koro buche madhi 3 ki yala wach promotion ma joma nodongi. Gima tamore ok wang'eyo. Wach mar confirmation mar jowa awacho UHC pile. Gima mono confirming jogi en ang'o? Budget nitie, wasedhi mwa make presentation nyaka county assembly over wach jogi. Gima miyo ok gibed confirmed we still don't know. And also very clearly, ni jogi kok nyal bedo confirmed. Then the county nyiso what they want to do with them. Nikech one gi shortage, waonge gi jothieth moromo a health department. To jok mose kaw ichulo sara nus to confirmation bok dwa tim negi. Nitiere joma nie program miluongo ni CHEP. CHEP no me contract mondik gi sirikal was signed by the office of the chief officer, and the contract was very clear. Nika tich orumo by higa ka higa tichuli gratuity. Nitiere ji madhi 200 manyo gole tich, pesa gi mar gratuity poko mege gindala to pesa ni information mon go ni pesa ni ocham, and as unions we will go to court. Ok wadhi ye impunity matimre Kisumu ni, wadhi e court mondo jok mochamo pesa gi bed arrested, magi chiw pesa ma jo CHEP, nikech jogi onego bende miyo gratuity ok omigi nyisi idhi tinyisi no mi termination letter ni contract ni orumo, to barua wacho very clearly ni the last salary in that year ma contract onego bed ni biro gi miluongo nango gratuity, mano ok omigi. Mago jokuoge koso ok jokuoge, omiyo wadhi e court, ok wadhi ling nyaka gichul nyithindogo pesa gi mar gratuity. Mano wach ma ok wanyal argue about. Katieko ta wacho kama, jopiny nyaka koro chung kodwa. Jathieth modenyo ok nyal chuoyi sindan. Jathieth moriemb nyathine e sikul ok nyal timo ni good nursing care. Jathieth moriemb gi landlord e ot ok nyal kata maki kigori piny. Omiyo wakwayo jopiny Kisumu County specifically mondo gichungi health workers, gichungi county government workers e samar kuyo machalo kama. To mana kaka Secretary General wano wacho, deputy mar Kenan very clearly ni priorities magwa mag jotelo kwa ng'e ni ginango. Wadwa ni the senator come on board, nikech senator wan go Kisumu County ka. One of the responsibilities of the senator is to ensure ni oversee gik matimre county. The senator is quiet. Why is he quiet? Why is our senator quiet? Wapenjo Mr. General ling nango koso en donge gik matimre kagi, ang'o mamone mondo bende opasiu weche ma health workers wacho gi, nikech mane tij senate onego beni oversee gik matimre counties. Senator wa ok wanene and we have problems. Other counties their senators bedo kodgi kata union leaders mondo gi resolve weche matimre. So we are calling upon the senator mondo webende ochike ite ne weche matimre Kisumu County gi mondo okonywa gi the executive mondo jo reconcile, nikech ok wanyal dhi mbele kama. Ok nyal bet ni wan wasiko mane media every time ni ibandho sara. Ok en gima ni kare. Mano wach wadagi koso kwadagi. Katieko tawacho kama, wach mogik, nyaka ng'ato ka ng'ato koro gore pekser, nikech mbele ka en lweny matek. Kech jachulo sara tamro chulo sara, jotich be koko ni ok dhi tich. Koro wakwa jotije wan gi chung motegno, kik giluor, be kik ng'ato buok gi, nikech the unions nitie. To gimomiyo union nitie en mondo defend workers. Kamano koso kamano. Omiyo wan kaka jotelo mag union mag Kisumu County ka wadhi chung gi jotich. Wachung gi jotich e samor, wachung gi jotich e sakuyo, wachung gi jotich e samo kwal pesa gi mar gratuity. Kendo wadhi dhi e court. Joma threaten union leaders, gistas ba intimidate mabogo ji. Tijini ji dhi to ji biro to ji dhi. Joma nochake osedhi, wasenenogi. Gima important en ni mondo ji obed piny mondo olos weche. Kama ji ok nyal bet e piny gik moko kethore. Kamano koso kamano. Omiyo wadwa ni mondo as urgently as possible employer or convene team ne mondo megi organize themselves. Nikech one to one raid Dong waikore? Wan waikore wadwaro msara. Executive organize themselves, give gimany pesa moromo msara madweche adi. Dweche adi mondo gichul jotich. Mondo jood oge tich, jood tijgi. Ung'eyo ni CFO no maki nie jela. Wan mago kwadwa donji. Wan wakiao kata CFO no makore kende wan ok wang'eyo. Nikech pesa miwachogi pesa nyodonjo kar mondo chulwa to koro divert attention ni CFO nie jela. To kata ka CFO nie jela, onge ng'ama nyalo sign on his behalf. To kok ng'ato jal sign on his behalf, he can work from jail so that our workers are paid. Wan ok wadwa ng'eyo. Issues gigo mago their issues, but gima wadwaro ma important malich eni jotich ma Kisumu County, jaywe chiro, daktari mathietho hospital, the nursing care, ng'at ma timo tich moro ma choko suru margi, ng'ani onego chul msara, because we are raising revenue for the county. Wachoko pesa koso kwa choki. Samedi hospital donge chulo pesa. Samedi timo parking donge chulo pesa. One revenue generators, what generate revenue for the county omiyo kasa oro machulo wa demand, watimango ni nyaka chulwa. Nyaka chulwa nikech mane tich mar employer. Eruru kamano ahinya. Ka ng'ato nigi penjo wanyalo duoko.